Are you trying to get your man to understand you or your woman to understand you? Are you stressed out of your mind? Are you tired of the nagging or the complaining or the bitching? Are you tired of not getting the respect you deserve? Do you want some time to yourself? I mean, can I just hang out with the girls? Or can you just hang out with the boys without getting the call? Where are you? What are you doing? If this is you, then please hang out with me today. Let's get real. Let's talk about what women really want. Because maybe it'll help women to understand what they really want, and it'll help men to understand women better. I mean, there's been a challenge throughout generations where men do not understand women, or women say they don't understand them, and women have an issue understanding men. But if you understood the value, the thing that you most want from a man as a woman, wouldn't that make our lives easier? I was on different websites and I saw so many things that women say they want in men, or women believe they want in men. But there's a number one thing that if you give that to your woman or if you give that to your man, there won't be an issue. There shouldn't be an issue. I cannot guarantee that there won't be an issue. So today, let's talk about that number one thing. But before we get to the number one thing, let's talk about all the other things that women want from a man. Of course, you want love. Every woman and every man wants to be loved. They want to be accepted. They want to belong. They want a home. They want somebody that understands them better than they understand themselves. Word to the wise, people are married for 40 years plus, and they still may not know the person they're married to. That's why divorces happen. But you knowing yourself is important. Bringing the real, authentic you to a relationship is all that matters. If you know you, then chances are that person will figure out at some point who you are. But as women, we want love. We want attention. Most women are attention seeking. It's not enough for you to say you're beautiful or I believe you're beautiful. It's not enough to say the sex was good. They want you to say that the pancakes that they made that were horrible, that those pancakes were good too. That's an unreasonable expectation. And the men that are listening to this know what I'm talking about. Women can be crazy. We have these expectations that are so unrealistic. And the same is true of men. Some men have unrealistic expectations for the women that they end up being with. But today, like I said, let's be real. So we want love. We want attention. We want good sex. No, I should revise that. We want great sex. We want a man to show us that he really cares about us. We want commitment. What woman doesn't want commitment? There's certain other cultures that the woman starts to date the guy, and within 6 months they're planning the wedding. The next 6 months the wedding takes place and they're married. Now I don't know the percentages of those marriages that make it, but I can tell you this: it seems like a solid plan. How long does it take for you to get to know me? That's what some women say. And then other people are of the opinion, you can get to know me during the course of our relationship. Some men do not commit in relationships. They'll commit to being in a relationship, but they don't commit to the next step. And women have an issue with commitment, and men not committing to them. So of course, we want commitment. We want love. We want acceptance. We want all the things that we believe we desire and all the things that would make us complete. But note to self, you're only as complete as what you bring to the relationship. No one should come to a relationship expecting someone else to complete them. No one has a right to ask someone to love them when they don't love themselves. Let me say that again. How dare you ask him, or how dare you ask her to love you more than you're capable of loving yourself? Now that's a recipe for disaster, and most of the times it ends up disastrous. So men and women who do that in relationships, it's an unrealistic expectation, but nonetheless, we expect these things. So what's that one thing, Ingrid, that you said that all women want in a relationship, especially from men? Let me tell you what women want from men. Let me lean in as I tell you this. Women want your time. It's simple. It's a 4-letter word. We want your time. I'm not talking about me, or am I? Women want your time. They want you to show by giving them time that you are into them. Think about this, men and women. What causes problems in relationships? Why do you have to call him to see where he's at? because you don't know what he's doing or you don't trust what he's doing. Why do you have to call her to see if she's coming over? Because you don't know what her plans are, because there's no communication there, right? But if you understood that this person has dedicated their time to you, that they show you that they want to be with you, and they spend time with you, that you know this person is saying, you know what, hon, when I get off work, I'll be home. I'll be home at a certain time and I'll see you. Those are called marriages. But why can't we practice that level of commitment to a relationship without the marriage, before we get into the marriage? If you give a woman your time, if you love her and you want to spend time with her, that's all it takes. That woman will understand that you not only bring with you your time, but your time guarantees your attention. When you give a woman your time, you're actually giving her your attention. When you give a woman your time, you're actually giving her your trust, or developing trust. When you give a woman your time, you are actually saying, I want to spend time with you. I want to be with you. When you give a woman your time, you give her your commitment. Your commitment level in that relationship increases, and the woman feels secure, or the man feels secure. But women want your time. Most of the fights and struggles in relationships are because they believe somebody else has your time, or something else has your time, whether it's work, another relationship, another person, a child. It could be anything. The moment a woman is threatened because you do not give her your time, and I'm not saying it's a reasonable expectation to give her all your time. Come on now, women. We don't want all their time. We want a commitment that shows that they're willing to spend time with us. Stop and think for a second. Most of the fights you have in the relationships are based on the fact that you don't have this man's time, or you don't know what he's doing with his time. And even then, I know there's some relationships where you will give a woman your time, and if that person is damaged, if that person is wounded, that's a whole different story. That's a whole nother video. But I want you to think about this. Think about what you're willing to give as far as time in this relationship. Are you willing to sacrifice your time? Are you willing to dedicate any amount of your time and share your time with that other person? If you are, I guarantee you that a lot of the problems you're having in the relationship, they will become minimal or non-existent. But there's also another factor, because time is not the be-all and end-all of a relationship, but it's the beginning. It's the foundation for a committed relationship, and one that remains healthy. Give her your time today. Don't withhold your time. Don't make her think like you don't want to be with her. Make her feel that she is precious to you, as precious as the time that you own, because it's your time to give. My name is Ingrid Felton. If you want to hear more, watch my videos on YouTube, or also visit my website, thejourneyoftruth.com, for more videos. And I look forward to hearing from you. Your comments are very much welcome. Please leave me your feedback. And again, think about how you spend your time in your relationship, and how valuable that time is, not only to yourself, but to the person you love.